Washington Highway 99. Yeah! Alright, we are kind of all Seattle Metro all the time in this episode, as the Royals will be playing the Mariners weekend after this comes out. I know I used to Seattle a little bit. I lived in Tacoma for about a year, but I've actually not been to the region at all since 2002, so let's see what's different. Here's a look at the route of Washington Highway 99. It's obviously a truncated version of US 99, which used to go entirely from the Mexico border to the Canadian border and throughout the state of Washington, but right now it only goes from Everett to just short of Tacoma in Fife, or rather, we'll be looking at it the other way around. All right, let's look at northbound Washington 99. Washington 99 begins here at this intersection with I-5. We see 99 North and 54th Avenue East for Fife, a small suburb of Tacoma. And once we're off the 5, we get an option for 5 South Tacoma or 99 North Milton. We're just on this feeder road for a little bit and we get to the Pacific Highway that 99 will take over. So we are turning right onto 99 North for Milton. That direction for Fife, that used to be Highway 99, but it no longer is. That is the Pacific Highway, State Route 99, and Pacific Highway is generally the street name of Old US 99 throughout Washington State, except in the parts where it's not. You're watching Control City Freak. This is the YouTube channel where we talk about highways and the places that they're signed to go to. If you dig this kind of content, why not give us a like? And if you really like it, why not subscribe? Yeah, subscribe, yeah. All right, once we are headed out of Fife toward Milton, this is kind of what we see. We have this weird roundabout, and we are now entering Milton, and honestly, I don't think Milton should be the control city at the start here. This is Pierce County being a little provincial. Milton is the last Pierce County town, and we just go through a snip of Milton. The main part of Milton is on the other side of I-5, so I think it actually should be 99 Federal Way. And we are now entering King County, which is Seattle's county, and it means we're also entering the suburb of Federal Way, and we are now on North 99 as we have been, and we see a historic 99 shield for US 99. And this is sort of downtown-ish Federal Way. Nothing says suburbia downtown like a main downtown street being 312th Street. And now we are going to be meeting 509, which is the Dash Point Road. And we see Dash Point Road next signal, and you would turn left to get to Dash Point State Park, where I've gone camping before. It's a pretty nice spot in Federal Way, kind of near the bay. Now we're meeting State Route 516. I wonder if they do kind of a Florida thing in Washington. We get a lot of short state routes that begin with the number 5. So East 516 to I-5. On 516 itself, it's signed 516 West Des Moines. Ooh, that's a swing. Gotta go all the way around the world. Now, obviously, that's going to be Des Moines, Washington, the suburb. 99 South Federal Way, 99 North SeaTac. 99 also enters Des Moines itself. You don't have to continue down 516, so we are now in Des Moines. And after driving through Des Moines, we get to SeaTac, a strange named city that is kind of halfway between Seattle and Tacoma. It's got the capital letter right in the middle there, and it is named after the airport and not the airport being named after that. And we see we're getting to SeaTac Airport next left. On State Route 99, we go right past SeaTac Airport, so we have an entrance to it right here. I took the bus home from Seattle to Tacoma one time. It took, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. The bus itself stopped at SeaTac Airport. Transportation quite a bit better nowadays, much better trains running in Seattle now. Now we're going to be meeting 518, and it is signed 25 and 405 because that is where the 405 will be starting from the 5. At this point, we are on Tukwila International Road, and this actually isn't 99. 99 stopped at the previous intersection we saw in the last slide, and it doesn't exist for a few miles, and then it restarts right here at our ramp onto this expressway off of Tukwila International Boulevard. And we join State Route 599 already in progress, and we get a end 599, begin North 99 right now. We see the exit here for Tukwila International Boulevard, and a greened out south thing that obviously used to be a shield for Washington Route 99. We're on something of a freeway here. We get 2 I-5 Michigan Street. We're right near the Boeing factory and Boeing Field, and 299 North East Marginal Way, we continue straight. Here we're going to be meeting the exit for, when I was there, it was called the West Seattle Freeway, but I think they changed it to the West Seattle Bridge, and now it might just be Spokane Street. Here is the West Seattle Bridge heading over to West Seattle. And southern Seattle is very industrial. We go through a lot of port-type areas, like I said, Boeing Field nearby. And the industrial section of South Seattle ends right at around the time that the stadiums start. So we are getting to the Seahawks and Mariners stadiums right up ahead. We see we are soon going to be on 99 North Toll Tunnel, and hazmats are not allowed in the tunnel, as is the case for most of these sorts of tunnels. And here is the Mariners Stadium, although the Royals won't be playing them there, they'll be playing them in Kansas City. You see the Seahawks Stadium in the background there, and we're also getting Alaskan Way and downtown. So this is our last exit before the toll. Once you go through this, you are obligated to go through the tunnel and you end up north of downtown Seattle. And here we are entering the tunnel with the Seattle skyline in the background.
And we're Seatown Ballers.
You might notice that there is no Space Needle in this picture. That's because the Space Needle is not actually downtown. You see the Space Needle in the downtown pictures all the time, but coming from the south, you don't see it because it's in the Seattle Center, which is near downtown. We won't go into the tunnel yet, though. Let's take a look at the older section. This is the Alaskan Way as it is now. It is a surface street right next to downtown Seattle. And here's another look at current Alaskan Way. So this would be the hazmat route, although hazmats would probably just be taking the 5. This is the Seattle waterfront right here. A few years ago, this used to be the Alaskan Way Viaduct. This was a double-decker freeway that had few exits and was much maligned by the denizens of Seattle. It was always bumper-to-bumper traffic, I guess not in this picture, but it always had bad traffic, and it was always the place that was basically guaranteed to collapse if there was ever a big earthquake in Seattle. Here's another look at the old Alaskan Way Viaduct as it ends its double-decker section. We see the southbound lanes are about to go under us here, and that the southbound lanes are pretty jammed. It's roughly the same part. This is what it is looking like now that the Alaskan Way Viaduct is gone and it is now a surface street. And we'll take a look inside the tunnel. Here is how the tunnel looks pretty much throughout its run. We're getting toward the end of the tunnel, so we're going to be getting an exit for the Seattle Center, which is where the Space Needle is. And we are getting our toll right as we come out of the tunnel. Once we're outside the tunnel, we end up on Aurora Avenue, which is an interesting street on the north side of Seattle. It's sort of part expressway, part strode, part local street. It has all kinds of different phases. Right here, it's almost sort of like an expressway with that Jersey barrier in the middle. We cross over the Aurora Avenue Bridge, and it's pretty impressive, pretty nice looking bridge. I've only driven across this once, but I do remember seeing it a lot from I-5. And here is a look at the bridge itself, and as you can see, yeah, it's quite a nice looking bridge. It's even got a troll here. At the very northern end of that bridge, we've got a troll. Suppose that beats a toll. You go through this fairly wooded area. This is Woodland Park, a major park of Seattle, and Woodland Park Zoo is right there as well. Further north, we pass right by Green Lake, and we can see the bike trail right next to Aurora Avenue. Further north, this is pretty much what Aurora Avenue looks like. It's just your garden variety strode, nothing special, so we'll skip ahead a little bit. We enter our first northern suburb, the city of Shoreline. We'll look at Shoreline a little more southbound, but then once we are through Shoreline, we enter Snohomish County, which means we are also entering Edmonds. And in fact, here we get our Welcome to Edmonds sign, and we have 104 signed for Edmonds and Kingston Ferry. We just go through a tiny little clip of Edmonds. Downtown Edmonds would be if you take 104. So, I don't know when we'll be back this way again. I couldn't resist this. In downtown Edmonds, Washington, you've got Rick Steves Europe. The offices for that. Rick Steves is an idol of mine, that guy. I love that guy. And on 104, our exit for 99. 99 is signed north for Linwood and Everett. So Linwood is the next fairly substantial suburb to the north of here, and Everett is a much larger suburb, or possibly its own independent city. And when in Linwood, we've got a request. This is for 148th Avenue. Brandon Tibbits wanted to see this intersection of Washington 99 and 148th Avenue. So thank you so much for that request. I really appreciate that. And you can make requests too if you sign up on the Patreon for some of the higher tiers. We've got that going, so really appreciate everybody who's on there. It's a good time. Thank you so much. You can also request exits the old-fashioned way with a $5 super sticker or super thanks, which you can put on any episode. US 75 is still open. We're now meeting 525, the Alderwood Mall Parkway, and it is signed for 2, 5, and 405 South. So this is the northern end of Washington's 405. Northbound 525 is signed for Whidbey Island Ferry. And coming off of 525, 99 is signed south for Linwood and north for Everett. Why not south for Seattle? Well, if you were going all the way to Seattle, you'd be better off just going back to I-5 because that'll be faster than 99. At this intersection here, we are now entering Everett, and now we're meeting Everett Mall Road, and 99 is going to be veering right to stay on Everett Mall Road. And we're meeting I-5 once again. We are getting South 95 Seattle, North 5 Vancouver, BC, right lane exit only, so this is a fairly substantial exit. And here we're meeting Washington Highways 526 and 527, which both end at this intersection. State Route 99 also itself ends at this intersection. So here is the end of Highway 99 and a 526 and 527, all meeting right here. And straight ahead you can get back onto the 5, or you'll end up on Broadway in Everett. So if we were to continue on Broadway, this is what it looks like in downtownish Everett. Old US 99 would have covered that route, but State Highway 99 does not. Right, let's head back and do southbound State Route 99. Let's start out on I-5. So we've got exit 189 on I-5, South 99 Everett Mall Way, and 527 and 526 are signed there as well because all four roads are kind of meeting right here. Once we're on 99 South, we pass the Everett Mall, so there it is. We're on Everett Mall Way, so I felt I should show you the Everett Mall. Here on 525, we get signed for South 5 and 405 straight ahead, and 99 South Linwood. And here we enter Linwood, City of Linwood sign, and we're meeting 104 East to I-5. A lot of 2 I-5s here. They really want you to get onto I-5 if you're going any further than, 2 or 3 miles. From 104, we get 99 South Aurora Avenue. They're not giving us Shoreline, they're not giving us Seattle, they're giving us Aurora Avenue, which I do think is probably the right way to go. This 205th Street is the county line between King County and Snohomish, and also the dividing line between Edmonds and Shoreline. And it's kind of interesting because this road is 205th, and it's also 244th. Coming from Everett, the roads go up as you go south, and coming from Seattle, the road numbers go up as you go north. On Aurora Avenue and Shoreline, we can see old US 99 is right there, this brick path here. And here we go under the Interurban Trail, a bike trail from Shoreline to Seattle. We don't get a Welcome to Seattle sign, we just get this Seattle speed limits, arterial 25, non-arterial 20, letting us know that we are now in the city of Seattle. And in northern Seattle, we get this sign for Northgate and Ballard, two relatively famous neighborhoods of northern Seattle. And now we're on the Aurora Bridge once again, and we are crossing over the Fremont neighborhood before we cross the Lake Union estuary thing. And here is what it looks like on the Aurora Avenue Bridge of the bridge itself. Quite a nice view. On the other side, we are heading toward downtown Seattle, so we see last exit before toll, Denny Way downtown, exit only, and a left exit. And we see toll half a mile ahead, Seattle Center next left. And here is our actual ramp, last exit before toll, Denny Way downtown. It might be $2, $3, $4 depending on what time of day it is and what type of pass you have if you are going straight for the toll. And here is our exit off of Denny Way, and we get a nice view of the Space Needle right there. So as you can see, it's kind of on its own here in the Seattle Center. It's not really downtown. I felt like showing this just because we're in the neighborhood. This Spring Hill Suites used to be the Rock Candy, basically the best punk rock club on the West Coast. It was awesome. Really sad to see that it's now a business hotel. We haven't jumped in the tunnel yet, but this is what 99's route used to look like. So we see it is quite congested heading southbound on the Alaskan Way Viaduct. We're looking at the northbound lanes, but the jammed up lanes headed toward the stadiums is southbound. And here's what the southbound tunnel looks like. Pretty much like the northbound tunnel. And coming out of the tunnel, if you've got a pass, it's $225. If you don't, $425. But it looks like they can change that, I imagine, based on how congested it is at the time. We passed the Mariners Stadium one more time. I've actually never been to a game there. I wish I would have. I've been to the Kingdome, but I've never been to this one. Here's what it looks like right in the tunnel area if you were getting on 99 southbound after the tunnel is leaving. And we're now on that 99 freeway south of downtown. We're getting South Marginal Way. Next right, we are exiting ourselves to stay on 99. Straight ahead would be 599. So here is our exit, South 99 for Marginal Way and South Park. If you go straight, like I said, 599, and you'll get back to the 5 before too long. And here is our exit for Tacoma International Boulevard, and we have this green out, and I went all the way back to 2007 and it was just green out the entire time. But this obviously used to be Washington Highway 99, if not US 99. Technically, Washington Highway 99 just ends right here. They don't tell us that it ends. It just ends. So here we are on Tacoma International Boulevard, officially not 99, but And we passed right by the airport again. Here's our rental car return. And here is the entrance for Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Coming out of the airport, we don't get control cities for 99. We get 99 International Boulevard South and International Boulevard North. That's all we're getting. If you were coming out different ways that would take you to the freeway over to 5, then we would be getting proper control cities. And now we're meeting Washington Highway 18 that is signed for Auburn. I always feel like Auburn, that should be signed for Spokane, really. Because that's your shortcut if you are in the Tacoma area. I've done this a few times. Coming from Tacoma and going out to westbound I-90, you're better off taking this 18 instead of going all the way into Seattle and looping back. And here we're heading toward the final end of Washington Highway 99. It's pretty strody right here. We don't get any kind of end signs, we just get this 54th Avenue to I-5. So technically, if we turn left, we will still be on State Route 99 until we meet I-5, but we don't get any signs telling us so. They don't bother telling us 99 turn left because we go another 2 blocks and we end, so no point. So we'll continue on Pacific Highway, and we eventually end up getting here to Pacific Avenue. So Pacific Highway would have been 99. It becomes Puyallup Avenue, which would have been former US 99. So let's turn on to Pacific Avenue. Take Pacific Avenue north, you end up right here in downtown Tacoma. So I just wanted to show a little bit of Tacoma because I showed a little bit of Everett. All right, let's take a look at Todd's the way it should be. I'm going to say northbound, it should be Fife is fine coming off the exit on I-5, but then I think you should skip Milton and go right to Federal Way, then Des Moines, SeaTac, Tukwila, Seattle, Shoreline, Linwood, and Everett, I think would be the way to go. It's fine to have small suburban control cities on a road like this, because if you were going straight from Seattle to Everett or further, you'd be taking I-5. Southbound, I'm going to say Linwood, Shoreline, Seattle, Tukwila, SeaTac, Des Moines, Federal Way, and Fife. I wouldn't quite put Tacoma on 99. You're always better off getting onto I-5, even at 99's very end. It's still faster to get onto I-5 at that point. All right, thank you so much for watching this episode of Control City Freak. We are crossing the country and going to New York next week. We are talking Long Island Expressway, so that should be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. My name is Todd, and keep on trucking.